everyone. Hey everyone. And welcome back. Welcome back to the ADHD ASM artist. The ASM artist. Today is going to be kind of a chill video. Hopefully they're all semi-chill, but tonight we're going through my pipe collection. Now, pipe smoking is something that I've recently gotten into. And when I say recently, I mean within the past 2 years. 2 years. 2 years. I think it was maybe 2 years, maybe a little more than 2 years ago. I got my very first pipe. My very first pipe. Now, I'm going to go through these one by one, and kind of explain how I came to have them in my possession. And then I'll also talk about a little bit like what style pipe they are. But then I will also talk about some of the accessories. Some of the accessories that you need for smoking pipe or make it easier to smoke pipes. So I have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 pipes. My very first one that I purchased myself, my very first pipe in general, would have been this one right here. And you're probably wondering what this P stands for. And for those of you who smoke pipes, you'll know that that is Peterson. Peterson Pipes of Dublin. And if you look a little closer, you should be able to see their stamp there right on the side. So I believe, so it's Peterson of Dublin, and I'll get into it a little more, but I've actually been to their shop in Dublin. It's very, very cool. This is their, as far as I understand it, their Killarney model. Now this is a briarwood pipe. A briarwood pipe. And I actually have the box right here, so you guys can kind of see. So they come, this one I ordered online. I had heard some great things about Peterson, actually from Malcolm Geit. Check out his channel if you haven't. He's just all around very neat fellow. He does readings. He's a poet. He's a writer. He loves pipes. And you can learn a lot about pipes from him just by watching his videos. He doesn't go into them a whole lot, but just him talking about it, he's very passionate about them. And he's actually who got me onto pipes. Like, really piqued my interest. So yeah, this was my first pipe. It came in this box. I ordered it online. So Peterson of Dublin, established 1865, handcrafted in Ireland. I believe there's a stamp on the side here. Yeah, so Killarney red fish tail. I think that's the right one. I think that's the right box. Let me double check. Ah, surprise. So this did not come in the box. I put this in the box. This is something that you will need as a pipe smoker. You're going to need pipe cleaners. Now, most of us know pipe cleaners from arts and crafts. Arts and crafts time at school or at Bible, or at sort of thing. You did lots of arts and crafts, and they looked a little different from these ones. They were usually bigger, but that's where they originated. They weren't originally a craft item, as far as I understand it. They were originally for actually cleaning pipes. So yeah, pretty neat. So you'll actually need this. So after you've smoked your pipe, so this one the stem doesn't come off on. This is a fixed pipe, but you could still feed this down through. You could still feed this down through the stem, and it'll come out right there. And you want to do that. As far as I understand it, you should do it after every smoke. I know there are probably guys out there who don't do that. Just from what I've watched, you do want to do that after every smoke. So that's the first accessory that we'll talk about, right? And this was my first pipe, made in Ireland, stamped right there on the side. It came in this really beautiful green, like velvet bag. And it slips down in there. They are very good for storing the pipes. I just recently got this as a gift. But this also came in their guarantee of excellence from Peterson. So here's their pipe catalog. And they've got quite a few. So they've got their patented Peterson system. We'll get into that a little bit more. They've got Church Warden pipes, classics, System Deluxe, Sherlock Holmes pipes, which I almost bought one of those, but I haven't yet. I'm sure I will at some point. Excuse me. Let me get a little drink of water, and then I'll read this to you. The Peterson Guarantee. Your pipe is guaranteed from any manufacturing or material defects for 1 full year. If you feel that your pipe is defective, please contact the seller to open an inquiry into a return. That's not as exciting as I thought it was going to be. Maintain your guarantee in good standing by caring for your pipe as any good pipe owner would. Use soft flame lighters or matches, not jet lighters. Any pipe smoker or any seasoned pipe smoker, I think, would tell you the same. Do not use jet lighters. A lot would tell you not even to use flame lighters. They use matches, but I'm not that old school. Treat your pipe with care. Build and maintain a carbon cake on the inside of the bowl. That is very important. It's hard though. Guys, smoking pipes is an art, and I'm still learning. Sip your tobacco, smoke slowly to avoid excess heat that could promote possible bowl damage. Yeah, you do not want your bowl to overheat. You also get what's called a tongue bite. If you smoke it too quickly or get the embers too hot, it'll come down the stem and get into your mouth. The legacy of craftsmanship. As the oldest continuously operating briar pipe factory in the world, we at Peterson uphold a tradition and legacy of craftsmanship dating back over 150 years. By 1898, Charles Peterson had perfected the finest pipe in the world and transformed our small smoking parlor and pipe shop into an international export factory, introducing our now iconic system pipe, as well as a host of other classic designs, to the hands and minds of enthusiasts worldwide, where Cabin Peterson has remained for generations. From our patented system designs and range of classic shapes to special Sherlock Holmes models and limited edition seasonal releases, a Peterson pipe isn't just a utilitarian tool, it's an emblem of history to carry in your travels, a faithful companion to accompany you through all that life offers. Pretty neat, really. A chat with the smoker, they call it. Sorry about that, my throat's a little dried out for some reason. So that's That's pipe number 1. I'm going to take it back out of the bag, and we're just going to set it off to the side here. Okay. Pipe number 2 is actually on the back side, and I have to pull this stem apart in order to get it out of this holder. Okay, there we go. Oops, sorry. Okay, now this pipe I saw in, put it on upside down, saw in a smoke shop, and I don't know, I just really liked the look of it. So this is a Molina pipe. These are made in Italy. I do not know as much about Molina as I do about Peterson. This was just one that I picked up. I can't even tell you what type this is. I believe it's still... I don't want to put my foot in my mouth. It's more of like a synthetic. It's more of like a synthetic, and this is a plastic. But I just thought it looked cool. I think I got this thing for like $60 maybe. It is pretty big, but it fits in the hand very, very well. I should have researched this a little bit more so I could give you guys some more story on it. But Molina, I did research when I was buying this and make sure that Molina is a pretty reputable brand for pipes. And this is a quality pipe. It smokes really well. You can see in there I haven't caked it up enough yet, but we're still working on it. Put that one off to the side. Before I get into the rest, in order to smoke a pipe, you have to have tobacco. Now these, and the ones that I have right now, I started with English blends. And I just bought these at a local tobacco shop, a local pipe shop, pipe and cigar shop. A lot of these that I have are English blends. I just, natural blends, sorry. I'm trying to grab these over here. So I wish you guys could smell. But I got a bunch of these little jars, and this is how I started, because at the shop, at the tobacco shop, they just sell it to you in bags. And the bags do not hold it very well. But when you put it in here, it does hold. You seal it in these little mason jars. It holds the moisture pretty well. So I've got a few different ones that I've tried. I did try to get, there was a Peterson brand of tobacco, and I tried to get it when we were in Ireland. But I believe they stopped making it, or it was made by somebody else, and they could not sell it. It was very hard in Ireland to sell tobacco for some reason. The pipe shop worker told me. I can't remember why. But on top of the English blends and the aromatic blends, the natural blends, you also have aromatic blends, and I have not tried those yet, but those will be like your cherry, your vanilla, flavors like that. They're a little more pronounced, but from what I understand, they don't last as long. But I do want to get some of those, because I've smelled those when guys are smelling it. Not that the English and the natural blends smell bad. They smell really good in my opinion. But you'll get that like hint of cherry and vanilla and like just like really like black Cavendish, like that kind of thing. It just smells really good. And I imagine it tastes really good, but I don't think they last. So yeah, so far, for accessories, pipe cleaners. I'm not going to put all these out, but I'll just set one. Your tobacco. You want to get a good tobacco. But like I said, guys, it is not easy. Pipe smoking is not easy at all. It is an art. It takes a lot of effort to keep the flame going, but not over, puff, not overheat the bowl, because if you puff too fast, you'll overheat the bowl, but you'll also start getting ash in your mouth. You'll get tongue bite. It'll taste less. It'll taste more like burn than you'll get the enjoyment of the tobacco itself. And I'm still trying to master it. And really, when you are filling the bowl, a lot of guys do it in layers, and you got to be very intentional about how thick you put it in there, how tight you pack it, what layers you put it in. Now, I'll put a little in, I'll tamp it down with my finger a little bit, put a little more in, tamp it down with my finger a little bit, and then put a third layer in. Now, they do have, excuse me, they do have these pipe tools, so you could use that if you want. You can also use this to clean. So this is the third accessory that I would recommend. You can put that down the stem. This one doesn't fit very well, but there's other pipes that it'll fit down pretty cleanly. And then you've got the spoon to spoon out the old ash after you're done smoking. And then you've got the tamping tool that allows you to tamp down your tobacco when you pack your pipe. Now, it's a science. It is a science to get it to pack right. You want it, when you're pulling, when you're drawing, you want it to be like you are sipping, through a straw. Not too hard, not like a milkshake. Just like a nice, easy sip. But you've got to puff enough that you can keep it going, that you can keep the flame going. But also, you don't want to do it too much, and you don't want to do it too hard. So yeah, you could probably tell I'm not an expert by any means. I'm still learning. I'm still in the droves of learning. I have been for the past 2 years. But there's your third kind of accessory that you'll want. Now, these 3 pipes, I'm not going to get super into these 3 pipes because I don't know a lot about these 3 pipes. They were given to me as a gift by my parents. They actually found these at an antique shop, and they know I love pipes. So they found these, and they found this stand, which I think is so cool. This is some old man's 3 pipes that probably when he passed away, were given away. So the stem unscrews. I do need to clean these. Don't judge me. I just got them not that long ago. I haven't smoked them. I don't know if I will plan on smoking these. They might just be more for a showpiece. I mean, I've got 3 pipes that I can smoke right here. But this one's very cool because it's got the etchings in here. Somebody carved this, and it feels as though somebody carved them by hand. All it says on it is imported and briar. So it's a briar pipe. It's been imported, but from where, I could never tell you. It looks like it was used pretty well. I mean, oh jeez. Like I said, I haven't cleaned these yet. So that was the first one. The other 2, again, they're very similar, but I don't know anything about them. And this one, I think is kind of, oops, sorry, might have to cut that out. This one, I think, is kind of caked in there, and there is writing on the side, but I can't hardly make it out. Thermo something, imported briar. But it's a neat little pipe. Again, I don't know if I'd ever smoke them. I'd have to clean them very thoroughly before I would feel comfortable smoking them. They might just be a thermal filter. So that one said thermal filter too, imported briar, Italy. This one does say Italy, I can see that. Let's see if we can get this apart. So this one does come apart. That one looks looks a little cleaner than the other two. This one must have been smoked less by him. I'm not going to stick my finger in there again. So yeah, I got these 3 as a gift. I know very little about them. They are very neat. I love to have them in my collection. I'm super happy my parents got me them. I probably will clean them up. Maybe 1 or 2 of them up and potentially utilize it. But yeah, and I got this cool stand. So that's another item that you're going to want. Another accessory is most likely a pipe stand, especially if you have more than 1 pipe. Now, this box, when we were in Dublin, I went ahead and got myself a new pipe. Now, that pipe is sitting right here. It came with the bag, but it also, I just want to get into this pipe holder real quick. So they make these like leather pipe holders, very cheap product. It's a very cheap product, and when I say cheap, it's like cheap to purchase. It's not like cheaply made. This is like leather or faux leather. It's actually nice, but it's just a pipe stand. So you can take your pipe and set it in there like that. So that's another accessory. You're gonna get this kind of pipe stand. You can get that kind. There's so many different others, but they're ones that you're gonna want. Same with bags. You know, if you plan on traveling with your pipe and using your pipe, I recommend you get these bags. If you get a Peterson pipe, it comes with it. So yeah, anyways, I purchased this pipe in Ireland. Now this one is very special to me because I was dying to get to Peterson of Dublin and purchase a pipe. And this past spring, we went on a trip, my wife and I was able to purchase this. Now you can see, made in 2025, Ireland. It has a silver inlay here. A silver inlay that I really need to polish, and the cool thing is they did send a polishing rag, or have a polishing rag in with this pipe. So if you have silver, you have to polish it. You can see I had done it once, but I hadn't done it in a little while. So you gotta polish it to get it nice and sparkly. Now this is their system pipe. Yeah, their system spigot smooth. So this is their patented pipe, or their patented spigot system in the stem here. So let me see if I can show you. So not all pipes look like that. That looks a little bit different. And then the mouthpiece, actually comes out the top, unlike this pipe. Unlike that pipe that comes out the kind of straight out, this comes out the top, and this is actually supposed to deliver the smoke to your upper palate. And it's also supposed to help prevent, sorry guys, this screen is kind of jumping around all over the place. It's supposed to prevent tongue bite a little more. So yeah, this pipe, I love this pipe. I've only got to smoke it once or twice since I got it. I'm not like an everyday smoker. I would love to be. There's just not enough time in the day. But yeah, this came in this box. It came with the same guarantee that I already read to you guys. But yeah, I love this pipe. I think it's beautiful. That's why I picked it out, and I love this silver inlay. That was really special to me. It's all stamped. It's stamped with the date, which I think is really cool, because then I'll always remember I got this in 2025 in Dublin when I was on a trip with my wife. And this, I can't get it in this holder. it's not. So this will always be either in this holder until I get a new one, or it'll be in the bag. So yeah, these two are probably the most special to me. One, because they're such a high quality pipe. This was my first. It's a Peterson pipe, and this was one that I got on a trip, a special trip, and it is special pipe, and I'll have it forever. It was kind of a splurge item because their pipes are not that cheap, but my wife was like, we're only going to be over here once. You know, we may never get back to Dublin. I hope we do, but we may never. So she was like, you should go big on this. And I did. So, grateful to her for allowing me to do that. Kind of weird saying that. My wife doesn't own me. She's not like one of those wives, but she was just you know what I mean. She was just kind about it. And she was like, let's spend the money. Because we make those decisions together. A couple other things. So I only got a couple other things for you. Lighters. You're gonna want lighters. Or I had some matches. You're either gonna want lighters or you're gonna want matches. I don't know what I do with my matches. I prefer lighters, but I do have a couple boxes of matches. You know, just cause sometimes you like to switch it up. So this one is actually just a normal lighter. I use this for both my pipes and my cigars and other, starting a fire out in the bonfire, that sort of thing. I love this lighter. I love Zippo lighters. Maybe when I get a few more, I'll show you guys my Zippo collection. It's not very big right now. I've got 3 or 4, and I can't find 2 of them. So it's kind of small right now. Kind of small. But that's okay. Fire. Everybody loves fire. Like a pyro. Just kidding. Nobody report me or anything like that. Just joking. But everybody does love fire. I could just sit here and stare at the fire. You guys ever just zone out staring at a bonfire? I remember doing that all the time as a kid, sitting outside, at a friend's house. We're doing a camp out, and we'd just sit there and just stare at the fire in the evening as we would get tired. We've been playing Manhunt all night or something, and then we'd all finally just sit down way past our bedtimes. That was way too loud. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, it's my Ram. I'm a Ram guy. Don't judge too hard. But I really just love the mountains on this. I love the mountains, guys. And gals. I love the mountains. I'm a big fan, and we don't live too far from them. I love going hiking in the mountains. They're very meaningful to me. I couldn't even explain why. I didn't grow up by mountains. But there's just something that changes in me when I'm in the mountains, just like a peace that comes about me. I'm getting off topic, but yeah. So lighters, that's a regular lighter. Use that for cigars, use it for pipes, use it for fire starting, that sort of thing. Here is an actual pipe lighter. So the reason it's a pipe lighter is because you can hold it sideways, and then when you draw, it goes down into the pipe. So it would be like this. You'd put it down over your pipe, and then you draw in. I can't really show you. I don't want to risk setting my camera on fire or my phone. So yeah, you would draw in, and you'd rotate it, and that'll light your tobacco. So yeah, that's a pipe lighter. Even has a little pipe on the front. So you're gonna want those or matches. And then last but not least, Zippo lighter fuel. You're gonna need that Zippo lighter fuel to put in to your lighters if you do use lighters. And really, that's about all you need for pipe smoking. You need the pipe, you need tobacco, and you need a lighter. If you want to do it right, you should get the pipe cleaners and the pipe tool as well. But the rest of this is kind of optional. You don't need a ton of tobaccos. I've got a bunch, but that's just because I was trying a bunch of different ones. And I still need to try some aromatics. See if I like any of those. I do like some of these English blends, or these natural blends that I got. So I'll keep smoking those. You gotta have, when you have your tobacco, I'm telling you guys, you gotta have some sort of way to seal it up. You gotta have some sort of way to seal it up. If you've got silver on your pipe, you're gonna need a way to wipe down that silver. I was gonna tinker with these boxes a little bit and I forgot, so I'll do that for you guys before we call it for the evening. If you wouldn't mind, I should have said this earlier in the video before you all fell asleep. If you wouldn't mind, smash that like button, guys. It helps the channel out immensely. Leave us some hype if you wouldn't mind. Drop a comment. Let me know if any of you guys are pipe smokers. Also, I'm thinking about doing a little short video on cigars. Let me know if that's something you guys would like to watch. We can get into that. It won't be very long because there's just not a lot to talk about. I don't have a massive cigar collection or anything. I'll just kind of show you how I store my cigars on a budget. This box is really nice. It's like textured. It's funny that this box, the box I got in the shop, is like way nicer than the box they send you when you're purchasing online. Like you could just see the difference. You could see the texture of this one compared to this one. And this was a little more budget-friendly pipe. This was not, so that could also be a factor. But this is the box that I got when we were over in Dublin. This is the one that I got when I ordered it online. But yeah, guys, leave a comment. And if it's your first time watching, if you enjoyed what you saw, we would love for you to subscribe and be a part of the community, be a part of the family. We're trying to take this thing to the moon because we enjoy being with you guys. We enjoy relaxing with you guys. We enjoy trying to get you guys to tingle. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this video of my pipe collection. If it grows, which I'm hoping it does, maybe we'll do another one in 6 months, maybe a year. You all just need to remind me.